I'm always amazed by how long it takes some people to realize that they're sitting on a gold mine with their own stories and experiences, while others seem to turn every word into wealth almost overnight. Like, why is it that some people spend years speaking for free while others earn high 5 and 6 figures every time they hold a microphone? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you powerful and proven strategies that will cause what you say to be something that people will pay for over and over again. So keep watching this video if you desire to turn your mouth into a money magnet that will fund your dreams. If you want to speak and grow rich, the first thing you've got to do is decide what your unique value proposition is. What's the one thing that you can speak on with authority that most people just can't? Think about your favorite coach or online mentor. The reason why you subscribe to their channel is because they teach you specific strategies on a topic in a way that draws you to their content. The fact that you're watching this video right now is an example that you appreciate hearing me teach on how to build wealth through communication strategies that are rooted in biblical principles. That's exactly what I teach, helping you leverage the power of your words to create success and abundance. Unique value proposition must be so clear that when someone hears it, they immediately understand the transformation that you offer and why they need it. Your UVP must solve a real specific problem and bring the value that nobody else does. Listen, don't put out another video or make another post until you develop your UVP, because this one thing alone will take you from being just some random person who posts to an undeniable authority in your niche. You'll be someone who attracts the right audience, commands higher fees, and builds a loyal community that values what you have to say. This is exactly what took me from speaking for free to earning $80,000 in a single month from a speaking engagement. Now, I know what you're thinking, Chantel, how do I come up with my UVP? I'm still trying to figure out what sets me apart in the first place. Or how do I stand out when there's so many others doing the same thing that I want to do? Most coaches would actually tell you to look at your competition and try to do it better than them or copy them but add a little spin on it. But I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as competition, so there's nobody to look at, there's only confirmation. And what do I mean by this? I mean that when you see someone succeeding in your space, that's not a sign that there's too much competition. That's a sign that there's proof that there is a demand that what you're offering, people will actually pay for. It's confirming that your message is needed. So instead of seeing others as your competition, recognize them as a sign that your unique perspective is valuable and that there's space for you to thrive as well. Because for real, there is room for everyone to grow when they embrace their unique voice and serve audience in the way that only they can. When we look at Joseph in the book of Genesis, chapter 41, Joseph's ability to interpret dreams caused him to go from a prisoner to the second most powerful man in Egypt. He went from being locked up in a dungeon to managing an entire nation's economy during the most trying time for that country. He didn't just interpret dreams, he used his unique gifts to solve a problem and provide value at an international level. Joseph went from being a prisoner to becoming the second most powerful man in the land. How awesome is that? So if you want to stop being a prisoner of your potential and start to see what life looks like on the other side of you serving the world with your voice, on the other side of you showing up in spite of your fear, in spite of your doubts and your insecurities, then don't waste another day doubting if what you have to say matters. Your words are powerful. They have the ability to heal, to inspire, to uplift, and to transform. You were created with a voice that is meant to be heard. Listen, every experience and every lesson and every challenge that you've overcome, it's all part of the story that the world absolutely needs to hear. Because after all, your life is not an accident and neither is your message. So the second thing you must do in order to speak and grow rich is to prioritize purpose. I've seen too many coaches speak on things that sound good, but they don't actually come from a place of true purpose. They speak on topics because they think that's what will make them money or get them a lot of followers. But the truth is, when you speak without purpose, you're just taking up space. You've got to commit to a greater cause, one that's bigger than yourself. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should be teaching the Bible or preaching from a pulpit, but what I am saying is that your message has to be bigger than just you. Too many people make the mistake of oversharing their story, thinking that's what will attract people. In reality, people don't care about your story until they see that what you've been through can actually help them accomplish something meaningful in their life. So let your story serve them in a way that they know that you understand what they're going through and that you're qualified to help get them out to the other side of their situation. And this type of generosity will show up in every area of your business. For example, you'll be more willing to create content that's so good that even if a person never buys anything from you, their life is better off because they've crossed your path. So stop thinking that everything you put out there has to be a direct sales pitch. Stop thinking that you always have to be closing or convincing people to buy. The scripture tells us that the greatest among you will be your servant. And that's the mindset shift that you absolutely need. When you serve first, you will focus on adding value. When you pour into people without expecting anything in return, that's where real wealth comes from. Too many of us get so caught up in the hustle of always trying to make a sale. But here's the truth. Service is the seed that produces abundance. So as you are prioritizing the transformation over the transaction, you're going to be operating from the principle of leadership, which says that the more value that you give to people, the more value they will give to you. And I know this is probably a pattern interrupt for some of you who've taken the sales classes that taught you the ABCs of selling. Always be closing. But the truth is that you shouldn't always be closing. You should always be serving. When you serve people at the highest level, their trust grows. And when they trust you, they'll come to you when they are ready to buy. But remember, it's about the value that you provide, not the pitch. That's what's going to position you as someone worth paying attention to. At the same time, you also need to prioritize profit. Now, I know you may be thinking, how can I possibly prioritize profit when I'm supposed to be serving people for a purpose? And how can I do that and also make profit a priority? Well, these two statements are not contradictions. In fact, two things can be true at the same time. You can be in purpose and also in profit. The mistake that most people make, though, is that they treat their purpose like a hobby and don't package their message into products that people actually want to pay for. When I wrote my first book, On a Mission, 21 Secrets for College Success, I was a professor and I felt stuck. I absolutely loved helping people, especially students, and showing them what it looked like to be a young professional. But I knew that if I wanted to have an even greater impact, I could not be stuck in a classroom. I needed to find a way to still serve my students while also making enough money to pay off my student loans. So this book right here, it provided a way for me to do both. And about 30 days after I published this book, I landed my first speaking engagement. And guess what? In just 3 hours, I made what I would have earned in 3 months as a professor. I share that with you to let you know you can prioritize purpose and profit. You don't have to choose one over the other. When you align your message with purpose and you serve people with value, the profits automatically follow. And by the way, did you know that one book can provide over 60 income streams? But the crazy thing is that most authors only access one. They sell a few books for $20 here and there, and they call it a success. No, a book is absolutely a cash cow. The reason why people like Myron can sell $18,000 worth of books every single month is because he has mastered the power of packaging his ideas and putting systems in place where he always has customers banging at his door to buy a product that serves a deep need and speaks directly to their desires. And you know what's crazy about it all is that he wrote the book once and now he gets paid for life. This is the power of leveraging your knowledge and creating assets that generate income long after the work is done. If that's something that you would like to do, go ahead and sign up for my free Monetize Your Message Masterclass. The link is in the description below. I'm Chantel, and I'll see you in the next video.